now, Bob Elliott and Ray Goulding present the CBS Radio Network. It's a very beautiful hat you have, lady, but I think the person sitting to your immediate rear would appreciate it if you took it off. Thank you very much.
The flowers are pretty high there, and they can't see around those flowers, and they want to see everything that goes on here on stage.
Because so much of our show is completely visual, as you know. And if you can't see it, then you're missing probably 3/4 of it, wouldn't you say, Bob?
I would say that. I've always found that actually the experience of seeing a Bob and Ray show from the audience is much more heartening and...
The way you fellows move about, or we fellows, I should say, move about and make wonderful facial expressions, I think is so much a big part of the show that those of you who are listening on radio are deprived of, I think maybe 90% of the enjoyment of the show, the more I think about it.
Few people listening on radio could have a picture to go along with it.
If you could see the face that Bob...
Gee, if they could only invent something like that.
Oh, if you just saw the face he made when he said that. Wouldn't it be great if they could come up with something whereby they could see a show and hear it at the same time?
Oh, what do you mean? You mean you just sit there at home and have the radio turned on?
And see the guy?
And see
or
the
person, or persons?
Well, they couldn't get a picture on that cloth that covers the speaker there.
I tell you what, if they can hit the moon, boy, I think human beings can come up with something like that, and I would be the last one to bet against it. You Bob or Ray now?
Transmit a picture through the air. I'm Bob.
Bob.
You're spoiling my train of thought now. I'm
sorry.
Just trying to... I'm rather technical.
just watching you then as you were trying to think of something there.
Did I have a good facial expression then?
Wonderful.
I'm sorry everybody's missing these because they could mean something. And now, the makers of Catcher's Mitt, that He-Man aroma, invite you to join us for another episode of Our Fella Thursday, the only daytime serial written and produced especially for men. As our scene opens today, Masculine Rock and his He-Man pal Buzz are down at the boathouse, getting their gear in shape for the big fishing trip.
Say, do you really think you should be lifting that heavy hammer, Buzz? I mean, after all, it's been such a short time since your operation and all.
I was down to see Dr. Morton yesterday. He said I'm fit as a fiddle again. I feel wonderful, like I could dance the night away.
Well, I'm so happy for you, Buzz. You know, we're all a little worried when old Dr. Farcroft retired and left your case in the hands of Dr. Morton. He's been practicing for such a short time. And, you know, we all feared the worst.
Well, I had complete confidence in him all along.
But your illness was so rare. Webbed feet in a man your age is almost unknown.
Yes. And, of course, I was so run down when I went into the hospital, too. I cried myself to sleep every night for months thinking about Sylvia.
You're better off free of her, Buzz. All of the men over at the Legion Post say so.
Well, I try to tell myself that, Rock, but sometimes it's so hard. Naturally, her happiness means more to me than anything, but coming home to a dark, empty house every night, it isn't easy to be brave.
But she left you during your temporary blindness, Buzz, and then running off to marry that dry goods drummer. You must have a heart as big as all outdoors to forgive her.
I've never been one to think of myself, Rock. You know that. Even when the custody of little Debbie came up during that nasty divorce mess, I had to put my own desires aside, even though my heart was breaking.
Well, everyone in River Bottom knew how you must have been torn apart inside. The men at the Elks Club were all talking about it.
The little Debbie was all I had left, and now she's gone. Do you have a handkerchief?
Yes. Here. You can keep it. I got it back from the laundry by mistake, anyway.
Thanks a lot. I know I'm acting like a silly schoolboy about this, but I gave Sylvia all the love and affection a man can give, and I guess it just wasn't enough.
Sylvia was a hussy. Everybody down at the Farm Bureau said so.
I suppose so. I know I have to pick up the pieces of my life and go ahead for Dad's sake.
Yes, you have to think of him. Incidentally, did I show you the new spinning reel I bought for the trip?
Oh, please, Rock, don't make me look at it now. I suddenly feel very strange, almost as if my old trouble were coming back.
Well, look, just lie down on that old pile of fishnets. I'll go for Dr. Morton.
And so Buzz seems to be in for another siege of his old trouble. But will this bring Sylvia back to his bedside? Be sure to listen next time when we'll hear Rock say,
If only there was some way to prevent them from dragging the whole nasty mess through the newspapers again.
that's in the next heartrending episode of Our Fella Thursday. And welcome now to Rescue Squadron, the story of highly trained rescue technicians who have nothing but skill and knowledge on their side in the fight against carelessness.
Well, that sounds like a number one alert, Johnny. Let's move.
Right, Tom, let's mosey fast.
All right, come on, move back. We'll handle this. Come on, let's go.
That's right, everybody move back. There's nothing to see here.
That's right, everybody go on home now. The show's over.
That's
Let's
it.
go.
Back up, keep moving. None of your business, no back up.
Come on, back up, everybody. Read about it in the papers tomorrow.
That's
Let's go.
it, move. When we meet everybody, beat it.
Well, that's the last one, Johnny. You know, Johnny, if we could only make folks understand that they hold up rescue operations when they stay on the scene.
Well, that's right, Tom. Folks don't realize it, but they do get in the way, and it makes things difficult for us.
Say, Johnny, now that we got the crowd moved back, what happened here?
I don't know, Tom. I guess the people in the crowd we moved back would know.
All right. All right, you people out there, come on, move forward.
That's right.
Go.
Move on in here. That's it. Keep moving right this way.
Come on, don't be bashful. Come on, move
Yeah,
forward.
Come on, move up here.
Okay, that's far enough. Wait a minute, that's far enough. Now, you, mister. Yeah, you there in the gray jacket. Step forward here.
You mean me?
That's right. I mean you. Step forward. All right, the rest of you, move back. Let's
That's right.
go.
Keep moving. You're just holding up things here, so keep moving right back there.
Okay, now, stay there. This ain't a sideshow.
Yeah, if you want to know what happened, see it in your local news show tonight. Now, shove off.
That looks like they got it, Johnny.
Yeah.
I think we got it across to them. They're going home where they belong.
Yeah, where they belong.
Right. Now, you, mister, in the gray jacket, what happened here?
Gee, I don't know. I was asking some of the people in the crowd when you called me over.
And they didn't get to tell you, did they?
No, you called me out. You said step forward, and I did. I never did find out what happened.
Well, listen, crowds can be a nuisance at the scene of an accident. So would you run after them, find out what happened, and run back and tell us? Johnny, I would appreciate it.
Sure thing. I'm anxious to know myself.
Okay. And look, come back alone. Don't bring up any of the crowd. You'd be surprised how they slow up rescue operations.
And chalk up another one for Rescue Squadron.
Wally Ballou is standing by now for a very interesting interview, another America on the March series, as he visits a map maker. So come in, please, Wally Ballou.
Cartographer. Cartography, of course, one of the oldest arts, and here is one of the oldest map makers that we have come across, Mr. Arch Knowlton. Sir, you have sailed the seven seas, I understand, and have acquired a great deal of knowledge in the art of making maps.
Thank you for that very warm and kindly introduction. But I specialize principally, Mr. Ballou, in maps of the United States.
That's what I understood. I wonder if we
My
can
long
see some of
suit.
your work. Huh?
Yes, I say that's my long suit.
What is?
The United States maps.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
The wall of this room, which I would say is 15 by 30 feet, roughly.
Well, you're not
I
too
pasted
far off. It's about 11 by 13.
Is covered with maps, made presumably by Mr. Knowlton. Here's one of a foreign country, I imagine. I can't...
Of a what?
Isn't this some small foreign country? I don't recognize the outline.
That's your own United States, Mr. Ballou, yes.
Well, you've got Florida there on the west coast, haven't you?
Well?
I mean, that little peninsula down there is just about 200 miles below San Francisco, I'd say.
Well, yes.
Well, what?
Well,
And look, there's...
where would you have it?
There's Cape Cod jutting out into the Great Lakes. I think that's the Great Lakes. Or...
Well, I wasn't too sure. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a stickler for details.
Well, where do you get your information? Is it just what you think a map should look like, or...
No, I've traveled around quite a bit, and Well, I don't know. I'm just careless, and it's bugged me all my life.
What's this over here?
That's Hawaii, right next to Illinois.
Well, Hawaii, I think I might tell you, is in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Well, now that, of course, I couldn't waste the paper to put in a lot of blue ocean, so I just brought Hawaii over.
Yep,
but where does Cape Cod go? I can.
Well, it goes over to the right side of the map.
Hand me those.
As you look at it.
Well, I'll just tear it off. I'll just.
He's tearing Cape Cod off to the left of the map and sticking it on right up there by, what is that, Mexico?
Yes, New Mexico.
New Mexico.
That's right.
And
that looks pretty good. It even looks more symmetrical there.
Well, it looks
better than it did over on the West Coast.
But now you've got the Rocky Mountains going down through Tennessee there. Do you sell many of these maps, Mr. Dalton, or?
Yes. There are a lot of people use them for gifts, and a lot of people who specialize in geography like to get a hold of my
Do any schools buy these?
Yes.
Well, I
Colleges.
certainly hope that the word goes out that they're not exactly accurate. But it has been interesting to see the products of your labor. How long does it take to make a map of the United States the way you do?
Not too long. I can put one up, draw it, paint it in, and about a day and a half. But now that I have to move a lot of Cape Cods, and I have about 400 in the back room. So I'm
already made.
Right, so I'm going to have to move a lot of Cape Cods by the Christmas season.
Well, I hope you get it all done in time, Arch Knowlton.
Your engineer's signaling you to hurry up.
I am hurrying up, engineer. I know the time.
Well, move on.
Thank you very much for talking with us. And now back to our radio studios.
Hello now, and welcome to Grand Motel, a speck of a place. A heck of a place on Route 14 near Hadleyville, where the mountains reach the sky and living is as easy as pie. A melting pot of a meeting place, wise old owner and general manager of Grand Motel, Leonard Humphrey, calls it.
All right, I'm coming.
Well, hurry up.
Hi, son. Sorry I took so long. I was serving the continental breakfast to some of my guests. My name is Leonard Humphrey.
To what time do you serve the continental breakfast, Humphrey?
Continental breakfast consists of a donut and coffee and is served free until 9 a.m.
Well, I don't even get up until 11, Humphrey. Guess if I wanted a continental breakfast at that time, I'd have to pay for it?
Son, try to understand. The rules around here apply to all the guests at Grand Motel. I'm not a hard man, but I got to respect myself by keeping the rules.
Well, you can whistle for my business, Humphrey. So long, buddy.
Good riddance to bad rubbish.
Oh, Ted, you didn't drive a customer off again, did you?
Well, he wanted the continental breakfast free at 11 in the morning, Naomi.
Well, Dad, listen to me. Grand Motel is in bad shape. We need all the money we can get for advertising.
Yeah.
We have to get you to Denver, Dad, to the Safety Match Company. We've got to get Grand Motel on matchbook covers.
Oh, that's little more than a dream, Naomi. The Safety Match Company wants to charge us $2 a thousand for our name and a picture of Grand Motel on the cover. And we got to do all the writing and drawing ourselves.
Well, I'll go back to cabin 6 and start the preliminary sketches. Oh, and Dad, remember, we need customers here at Grand Motel badly.
I'm coming.
Well, hurry. Can't wait here all day, you know.
Hey, I'm Leonard Humphrey, owner and general manager of Grand Motel. 7 cabins in spick and span condition, all with covered light bulbs.
Do you have a cabin that's set off from the rest?
No, they're all clumped together, mister. Say, who's your friend in the tuxedo sleeping in back of the car?
Is there strict privacy around here, Mr. Humphrey?
All you want. Incidentally, we don't serve continental breakfast free after 9 in the morning. We better get that straight right now.
Well, I don't mind, but I'd better ask Lupescu. Lupescu. I say, Lupescu, Wake up.
But it's still daylight, Professor.
I know, Lupesco, but I've stopped at a place called Grand Motel, and they don't serve continental breakfast after 9 in the morning.
Perhaps if we persuaded
Don't
the owner...
be a fool, Lupescu. You can't make any sudden movements. Not until we're sure that it worked. My good man, I think we're going to continue on to the coast, where we can get better accommodations.
All right. Good riddance to bad rubbish anyway, I say.
Will Leonard Humphrey continue to turn away customers through his stubborn insistence that continental breakfasts will not be served after 9 in the morning? And will Leonard Humphrey ever get to Denver and the Safety Match Company? We'll see here on Grand Motel.
Well, why don't I take a moment right now for a preview of those fine mystery and adventure dramas that'll be coming our way on CBS Radio this Sunday.
Well, first, of course, there's yours truly, Johnny Dollar, who'll be telling you about a case that involves a beautiful blonde, a shaggy dog, and this will interest you, Muriel, an over-talkative parrot. That's the case Johnny calls the murdered mugwump matter.
Then, suspense brings you the electrifying tale entitled 115 Volts AC and DC, starring the late Captain Marvel.
Also, in the package, you'll find Paladin, whose famous card reads, "Have gun will travel." Sunday, he'll be riding to the aid of a grizzled recluse who promptly puts a slug through him.
Not to mention Gunsmoke, who celebrated U.S. Marshal Day on, will be taking a breather. Next Sunday's Gunsmoke will be devoted entirely to a smooching session between the good Marshal and Dodge City Kitty.
All right, now, don't get excited, Chester.
All right, Mr. Dillon.
Now, remember, all 4 of these top mystery and adventure dramas will be coming your way Sunday on CBS Radio, so be sure to be listening.
You know, I think the program department is pulling our leg. I've heard a lot of synopses in my time, but those sound pretty peculiar to me.
Well, you may have a point there. Guess we'll just have to listen, I reckon,
Yeah.
come Sunday.
They have a point there, too. Now it's time for an episode, The Adventures of Sherlock Sage and Dr. Clyde. This one entitled The Farthingale Mystery. As we join the great detective and his friend, they're in the detective's quarters in Butcher Street.
I say, Sage, I believe it's your move.
Yes, it is, Dr. Clyde.
I think I have you pinned in there.
Not so fast, good Dr. Clyde. Here, watch this.
Oh, I didn't see that, Sage.
Cleaned the board right off, Dr. Clyde.
Well, I guess I was a bit overconfident.
Well, I think perhaps we'd better pause for a spot of tea right now.
Let me poke up the fire, sir. The
Yes.
fog is thick tonight.
It's chilly out.
Yes.
Pea soup.
Chill in the air, sir.
Yes.
Sage?
Yes. Just a moment. Telephone. Hello? Sage here. What's that? Yeah, quiet, Dr. Clyde. Sounds like an excited voice at the other end of the wire. Yes.
What is it, Sage?
Yes.
Sage?
Yes.
Sage.
Just a moment, Dr. Clyde. I can't make out what the party is saying. Something about trouble at Farthingale Hall.
Farthingale Hall?
Yes. It's out on the moors, you say. We can be there in about half an hour.
Surely you're not going out.
Yes. Don't worry. We'll be there. Get me my great coat, Dr. Clyde.
Sage, you're not going out tonight.
We have to. There's trouble at Farthingale Hall.
Very well.
I'll explain more to you on the way.
I'll have the carriage brought up out front.
Hold on. Faster, driver, faster. It's an emergency.
Sage, I'm afraid we're going to get into trouble. I don't know if this carriage can hold the speed.
Aye, it's cold and dank here on the moors. Look, over there. Wouldn't you say, Dr. Clyde, that that's Farthingale Hall?
Yes, that's it, Sage. I was here many years ago.
It's all grown up to weeds now. Hardly believed there'd be a telephone connection way out here.
Driver? Oh, Sage.
Yes, Dr. Clyde.
There's no driver, Sage.
Yes, I knew that. I knew that when we left.
You knew there was no driver?
It's all part of this strange plan. I'll tell you more about it later, Dr. Clyde.
Well, I don't think I'm going in there, Sage.
Have you noticed there's only one light burning in Farthingale Hall? This is the great door.
I'll open the door, Sage. You better go in first. You're a little sprier than I am, Sage.
Have you got your lantern handy, Dr. Clyde?
Yes, I have, yeah.
All right, follow me.
Just a moment. Sherlock Sage, look.
What is it?
Suit of armor. Looks to me as though it was moving.
It is moving, Dr. Clyde. That's part of the master plan.
What is this?
Pay no attention to it. Come along, follow me up the stairs here.
I'm a pretty old man for making stairs like this.
You're doing well, Dr. Clyde. Just as I suspected.
Sage, I don't think it's too late for us to turn about to return to London, sir.
Return to London, Dr. Clyde?
Come back
We're on the verge of discovering the mystery here.
Can we come back when the sun is out? It'll be a nice day.
Just a moment and we'll have our answer. Here, the door to the North Tower. Inside, we'll find the answer.
Surprise! Surprise!
Happy birthday, Dr. Clyde.
Yes, happy birthday, Dr. Clyde, from all of us.
What's the meaning of this saying?
You had forgotten, Dr. Clyde. Today is your birthday.
Who dropped the ice cream man?
The butler did it.
Yes, are you actually surprised, Dr. Clyde?
The master plan, Sage.
Master plan was to get you here without you knowing that we were having this little party for you.
Well, how do you explain the driver and the...
Oh, the driver was much faster than the horses. He ran along ahead.
The suit of armor down.
Oh, that's eccentric Lord Windesmere, your distant cousin.
Well, I have wonderful friends.
Happy birthday, Dr. Clyde. So all turns out well for Sherlock Sage and Dr. Clyde until their next episode. Here now, then. Salvatore Bagatelli is seated next to me at our Barman table. And as we mentioned before, he's here belatedly to celebrate Columbus Day, which we unfortunately forgot about. Salvatore, nice to see you after a year's absence.
And, well, it's very nice to be back.
You speak very beautiful English.
Well, the moment I know that I'm on the air, I watch my diction.
Oh, I think it's wonderful.
And my accent, because sometimes it slips.
I think you do justice to any diction school or radio announcing. Now, you have brought, as you have for the past 13
thank
years,
you. I went to the Olin Tice Diction School.
You have brought with us your toothpick models of the Santa Maria, the Nina, and the Pinta.
That's right. Oh, there, I slipped.
And they're set up here on a little stand in front of us.
Bob, I might point out to you, you know...
Don't get too close to those, Webley. They're very fragile.
Why?
We'd like to know a little bit about...
So much of your program is so visual that I think I'd like to explain these small replicas for your audience.
They take a great deal of time to construct.
It'll take a little while.
It's just take a little while.
Now, the Nina I made in 11 years. The Pinta took me just 14 years. And the flagship,
Santa
Maria, took me 2 months.
Well, that was pretty
Well, I
fast.
knew how to do it then.
Do you have any idea how many toothpicks have gone into each one of these little... Webley, will you stand back, please? You're too close to that.
Okay, all right.
Let's see, it was much about...
He's figuring now how long it took.
About 44,000.
44,000 in each one, huh?
That's right.
You must buy your toothpicks in large lots.
No.
You pick them up at the...
I don't know what to say.
This was that, Salvatore. Was that the Nina, the Pinta, or the Santa Maria?
That's a flagship.
That's the Santa Maria. Well, it only took you 2 months to make that one.
Months, but oh, mamma mia.
Salvatore,
we're still on the air, I wonder if you'd speak up a little bit. Webley, that was terribly awkward of you.
If there's anything I can do, if I can give you $5 or something.
Well, $5 will not repay this man for 2 years' work and 44,000 toothpicks, which he's glued together to make this model. What's that, Salvatora?
I was just thinking. That has been valued at
Must be worth quite a bit.
$15,000. And this idiot offers me $5.
Well, that's all he had. I mean, that's a fair offer from someone who doesn't have much more, I think. I mean, $5 out of Webley's pay would leave him pretty well broke for the week. I tell you what, maybe if I just got up and stood beside these while you finish talking about them,
all right,
we can protect them a little bit better. I am sorry. Truly sorry. Webb, I guess we're both in the same boat.
Yeah.
I knocked one over there and...
Well, two different boats we're in. You're in the Tender and I'm in the Santa Maria.
Yes, that leaves the Nina in good shape there.
Say, who made these lovely boats?
Mr. Bagatelli here.
Lovely. They look just like the boats that Columbus came
That's
over
what they are.
when he discovered our country in 1792.
Yes, they're models of those three ships, which had...
It's 1692, stupid.
It's
It's a
1492, yes. Where have you displayed these, Mr. Bagatelli, if you can pull yourself together?
They have been at all the principal world fairs. Brussels was the most recent one.
Mm-hmm.
And there was at the New York World's Fair.
New York World's Fair, yeah.
New York World's Fair in 1939-40.
Didn't you have them out at Massapequa this past summer, too?
That's right. At Lake Ronkonkoma, they were on exhibition, too.
Well, you won't have them next year, I guess.
Say, look, just so you can hardly
Don't pick them up there. Oh!
Goodbye.
The third and last of the three ship models of Mr. Bagatelli have just been destroyed.
Oh, Mr. Bagatelli.
Oh, do you think that?
Well, here, I'll open the door.
Mr. Bagatelli. Oh, Mr. Bagatelli.
Sorry, it's all over.
Went very fast. We hope you'll all be with us every day, Monday through Friday, when we'll be here with you.
So until the next time, then, this is Ray Goulding reminding you all to write if you get work.
Bob Elliott reminding you to hang by your thumb.
Close in 5 minutes.